Hey everybody, welcome to Legacies of Caine, a Vampire the Masquerade story and the Advent of Darkness kind of storyline that I'll be eventually doing more of. So, yeah, it's another exciting week. We are joining once again Nathan, Dawn, and Leslie as they continue their misadventures and hopefully success in the World of Darkness here. They just kind of... we're going to finish it up here at the beginning of the session here, but they've effectively finished up the current storyline of claiming one of the swords of Dracula. Well,
I'm sorry, swords?
One
What
was a
sword?
sword,
I don't
and the
recall a
other
sword.
was really owned by the person that helped make it. It was made in a similar way, but yes. And
You seem to be mistaken. We are not in the possession of any
We have
sword.
no swords. None.
No.
I've never seen a sword in my life, even.
well,
We saw a dagger once.
Indeed.
last time, following their Samsa friends, they met with some werewolves. Things went all right with them. They didn't get to a fight, which was good. And then one of them decided to accompany them as they all were smuggled out of Kyrgyzstan to America again, and to Chicago in particular, on a long plane ride with Ryan, the Samasa, and his friends, which is a thing in and of itself.
Our new buddy.
Yeah,
Yay!
but the werewolf that follow you decided to assist you using some help from Ryan to communicate with some spirits, in particular, the Great Lord Cockroach, who is best
All
buds
hail.
with Ryan. All hail the Great Lord Cockroach.
All hail!
He's good. I don't think he likes me.
I mean, I think he tolerates all of you. We'll put it that way.
Well, tolerating is more than what most people do, at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Lots of people want to kill us.
Yeah.
The list expands often.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, we kind of switch back to all of you as the you've spent quite a long time in a plane. A good chunk of it during the day, so you've been all asleep and resting. But you wake up to Ryan, in particular, like hovering over you, Nathan, like, "Oh, hey, you're awake!
Mm-hmm.
I told you they weren't dead. Again? Is it again? Oh yeah.
It's again.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So we're going to be coming into Chicago in a minute there.
Excellent.
So, the Great Lord Cockroach, if you do not remember, has instructed me to come along with you on your adventures. The Samasa Revolutionary Front will have to handle it without me. Okay, Sarah, you're in charge. Woo! So Sarah's like, excellent, we need a kind of female view on this group.
She starts giving new team names.
Designing outfits for the revolution.
Oh, I hope so. I hope they have berets.
They go from like these just like hand-me-down fatigues, army fatigues, and she's like, no, this is unacceptable. We look hideous.
Yeah. She buys them diapers so they stop soiling themselves. Time for an upgrade.
They would do that, but they keep changing into giant cockroaches, which makes them still soil themselves. And it's just not good for clothes. None of them have any Hulk speedos that go. At least cockroach formed Hulk speedos.
They really need to get like stretchy pants.
Oh, they need like Hulk pants. They never
Yeah,
quite
I
come
mean,
off.
they'll be like so like horrific and like weird looking when they go to giant cockroaches because they'll have
I see
cockroach
nothing
legs.
wrong with cockroaches in pants.
Some people might even be into it.
You never know.
Mhm.
Some people really
So,
like bugs.
where do y'all live? I'll be coming with you. Who am I staying with?
You'll have your own hotel room.
Oh, excellent.
With your own bathroom and everything.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
We'll buy you some more pants too. We'll stock up. We'll fill the drawer.
Are there any other accommodations you require, Ryan?
Oh, no.
Given your, unique traits.
I don't think so. Do we need anything special, guys? No? Alright then, we're fine. All that is provided for us is for the Great Lord Cockroach and our way of succeeding our mission, and by our Garu friends, and I guess by our new vampire friends now are going to help provide for, at least for me in this case.
Your Garu friends?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, them.
werewolves. They got a fancy name for it and all, and I'm not sure much about it.
Fair enough.
Walks on Earth is just ignoring everything that's going on here. He just seems to be in some kind of meditation.
As he probably should.
Mm-hmm.
He's hanging out with the crocodile still.
Yeah, he's actually probably meditating while sitting on top of the crocodile, which is kind of weird. As the crocodile,
And the crocodile is just like,
He's occasionally moving.
And
he's
he-
on top.
and he's just sitting there still on top, like in a meditation pose. Even
the
though
crocodile doesn't mind this. He's just chilling.
he's just
Yep.
chilling. The two of them are just chilling together.
All right. You go, crocodile.
You know, whatever makes that crocodile happy.
So you'll come into not the main airport in Chicago. You're going to come into like a smaller airport, one that still is got decent size for decent sized crafts. As you're coming in with a pretty big cargo vessel here, but you're not going to like a main passenger airport. Of course, you're a cargo plane. You are kind of instructed to wait around for a little while, just as paperwork is taken care of, and as things begin to unload, Walks on Earth kind of gets up and is like, "Well, ladies, gentlemen, I'm afraid I must take my leave. It's time for me to regain some semblance of the Earth. The sky is just not too much for me."
Understandable.
Thank you for all your help, Walks.
Is there anything you require?
Oh, nah. Maybe pick up after me in a second. As you see him transform into a wolf,
Yo!
pick up a cell phone in his mouth, and run off.
I was literally just about to ask about the cell phone.
Wait. Does he smell like wet dog?
Can I smell wet?
No, he's not really wet right now. He smells kind of like dog, probably.
Okay.
All right.
But he's currently not wet, so...
Mental note.
They don't smell like wet dog.
Unless
They
they're
don't
wet.
always smell like wet dog.
Indeed.
It probably requires them to be wet to smell like wet dog.
I mean, you know, sometimes it lingers a couple days.
Walks.
So if it were a girl werewolf... Never mind.
5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes.
It's all it
I mean,
takes.
do you expect anything else?
It's
Really?
all it takes.
That was a lot of self-restraint to last that long.
Yeah.
Well, Walks, if it's not imposing too much, can I rub your fur?
Can we pet his belly?
He'll kind of like take like a look at you, not like moving his ears or anything. Just look for a second, and then just kind of like turn, cell phone in head, mouth, and just dash off somewhere into the
Aw.
darkness.
Aww. Yep. Touch the fluffy tail.
How will I boop the snoot now?
Well, I have people for that.
Ooh, extra pair of clothes. I mean, this is not the first time I've gotten an extra pair of clothes from him. But they always have this funny smell to them, and these little baggies of what looks like oregano.
Oh, we should give that to Candy. Yeah.
It's not very good oregano. I tried cooking with it one time.
That makes sense. I imagine if he's been carrying it around in little baggies, it's probably not good anymore.
Yeah.
That's
Probably a
true.
little skunky.
Well,
Yeah.
well, where are we going?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is call Feelings.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Probably should let him know where we are.
Hello. Oh, yes. How's things going? It's been a few days. I've been enjoying the hospitality here in their local. Is there anything you require of me? You did come back?
Well, let's see. I am unsure what our next step is.
All right.
Let me look at the notes that I've taken.
Nathan pulls out a small paper pad
Mm-hmm.
out of a hidden pocket in his jacket.
Did you find anything? Can I report back to my employer?
You can report back to your employer that we have found some measure of success. However, it does not appear to be exactly what we need. So we are continuing our search. Unfortunately, there is an additional complication.
Oh. You hear this crunching noise?
Oh, he's nervous eating again.
Mm-hmm.
Does he ever not nervous eat?
No. It appears that an organization that your employer might have some interaction with has been interfering in our quest.
Oh.
And we are wondering if maybe you could see if he could look into it for us.
Sure. Yes, what? All right. Just send me the information. I can check in with him. I guess I'll reach you on this phone, or are you coming back to the hotel?
Well, returning to the hotel might ultimately be something we want to do, although I'm not sure, as at the moment we are currently some distance away.
Oh.
You might find it best to return to your employer at the moment, or you could meet up with us in New York.
All right. Okay. I can probably handle that.
Excellent. Thank you for all of your help, Fieldings.
Yes. Crunch. Yes. Oh, good. I get to go to a safer spot. As he's like hanging off, you notice him say that.
Oh, and
yes.
to be a little bit more clear, we were not able to locate your employer's property, although we were able to find something similar to it so far.
All right. Okay. All right. I will let him know.
Excellent. Thank you, Fieldings.
Yes.
You were referring to the chalice, Nathan?
No. One of the two things that we were sent to acquire.
That we did not find anywhere, right?
You spoke to it?
I have no idea what you mean. We did not find a blade. We agreed upon this. On the plane. During our flight.
I thought we just weren't telling those all.
Right, we were prevented from speaking of it to people who aren't affiliated with our
Perhaps it's
current
best if
employer.
we don't let anyone know that we have found this for the time being.
Are you talking
There is
about
something-
that thing that he's carrying around that's got some kind of weird...
Ryan,
Okay. I mean, I was
we
talking
don't have anything, Ryan.
In general, I agree. Given that it was one of two things we were sent to find, I thought that reporting success would be beneficial to our continued relationship with our employer.
That depends on what his ultimate goals with it are, which we do not yet know, and it seems to be... There is more to this blade than meets the eye.
I
I
would
need
hope
some
so,
time
because
to-
it looks like the blade of a sword.
I need some time to unravel its mysteries.
Fighting is
All
going to
right.
kind of interrupt now and be like, as much as I would like to stay around, I have contacted, as she like kind of like looking slightly confused because she still just is not quite great at this cellular phone thing. Some allies that are within the city here, they can arrange for me to get to India again.
Indeed, Padme.
Excellent.
Thank you very much for all the help you've rendered to us.
I believe I have all of your numbers in here. Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
Then perhaps once I'm done what I need, we can at least if meet again. It seems like that you're on a very dangerous mission, and you may need my help again.
It would be greatly appreciated, should you be free.
Any aid you can provide.
I must take some time still first. There's, as I said back in India, there's something strange going on with the changes that happened so rapidly that affected my clan greatly. I feel this might not be the end of what happens, maybe just the beginning.
Agreed.
Leslie, without translating, is just gonna say, and should you require someone to talk to? Or if I require someone to talk to, would you mind?
No. I'd be glad to assist you as much as I can.
Thank you, VtM.
Dawn's gonna butcher a goodbye in VtM's language. So she's like, she's trying really hard, but it comes out slightly wrong, but she's trying.
You'll notice that VtM definitely gives that "aw, thanks for trying" kind of look, kind of thing.
Now, very politely, hat.
Leslie stands no chance.
I'll let you know one thing that I have heard. One thing that Durgasin did tell me that I was pondering for a while now. There are more ancients walking now that are unseen still. So be wary of them.
We shall.
Well, fuck.
It seems that ours is not the only one to be awake, or have been awake. It is the only one that made its presence known, meaning there are dangers afoot. Dangers that may affect all of you.
Does Durgasin know either who or how many?
Things are changing rapidly these ages. It could be the end for us all in a very swift amount of time if we are unsure and not careful. It seems that those of us that are old, have our own plans and ways of doing things. Even I have my own goals, had them for some time until this change. Now you can see mine evolving. To learn perhaps what my sire's sire may have been planning. What the awakening of such a being meant. In an age that, not to say they don't awaken occasionally, but not usually with such flair, and not usually with such results.
Understood.
All right. You're passing along most of this, correct? Except for the
yes, I'm passing
the personal bits.
Aside from my personal conversation with her, I'm passing everything else along.
Well,
thank you once again, VtM.
Take care of your strange roach man that seems to be now accompanying you.
He does, doesn't he?
I'll do my best. There does seem to be something to him, though. Perhaps more than initially seen.
We who seek blood are, in a way, leeches upon the world. We seek to be parasites, but we find ways to become less than that, become more alive, to become more what we once were. He's in a similar situation, a creature that is put down. Perhaps through him you can find some semblance of humanity, or perhaps just an unpleasant smell.
Oh, we're familiar with someone else who provides us with that.
Well, good luck to you.
And to you.
Oh, and to you. And he says that like German.
Ryan?
Oh, I was a professor of linguistics before I became a giant roach monster.
You're out of a job, Leslie.
Leslie just kind of stunned at this revelation that Ryan is like... Alright then. Leslie's gonna switch to German. Are there any other languages you know, Ryan?
Oh, I know about 24.
We're gonna switch to Russian, and how about this one?
He'll say, like, a little rusty, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna switch to Romanian, and now?
You did Romanian, you said?
Yes.
He's like...
He was our translator in Romania.
Ryan wasn't. He wasn't with us, and...
No, you were.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was the translator.
He'll be like, I know a little, not fluent.
I thought he went along to help us out in Romania.
No, he was just with us. Like, they picked us up in the van, and then we went back to meet the werewolves.
And
We've
Leslie
only known
knows a
Ryan
little
very short.
word.
No. That's Kyrgyzstan. I'm talking about Romania, where his boss is from, and where he met his boss.
No, that was Fieldings. That you were doing stuff in.
Right.
Fieldings was with you in Romania, helping you out.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
My brain is dead.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, maybe there's a thing or two I can learn from you, Ryan.
Oh, possibly. Yeah, see, I taught at the local community college there for some kind of years. They said I could go to a bigger school if I possibly wanted to, because it's hard to be like a language teacher in a small place like that. But it was nice and private. I applied my trade there.
Indeed.
It was when the wife and kids all, the bad stuff happened, and I kind of got into a dark place that, my mom always said, I didn't have my head quite screwed on straight. Always liked doing a lot of crazy stuff. Turns out, going for some medical tests for some extra cash, not a great idea. I was probably going to use it to get drunk anyway.
Can you still get drunk?
Oh, yes. It's just very much harder. You see, once you become a giant cockroach monster, all the other problems in your life seem like a lot less things. It helps you get over the deaths of your wife and kids.
That's great. I think we'll have to learn more about that later after we get back to New York.
Oh, I've never been.
Well,
Perhaps
you will.
a hotel for the time being now, though.
Oh, can we go to a Broadway show?
Not in Chicago. Well, I suppose we could see an off-Broadway show.
I mean, when we
Indeed.
get to New York.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'd be quite happy to.
Oh, I'd love to see the Statue of Liberty, too.
Sorry. They took that down.
Oh, wait a second there. I would have heard about that in the news. I haven't been locked away in a lab since a couple of months now.
Yep.
That
It
would-
actually just happened yesterday. Anyway, let's go. If we are going to eat, we should probably present ourselves to the prince.
Indeed. What time have we arrived, anyway?
You've probably arrived, let's say around, 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
We gonna bring the cockroach with us to meet the prince? Because that sounds like a bad idea.
Perhaps not.
We should get him in the hotel first.
Yes, I think we will set him up in our hotel room. In his own hotel room.
Alright, so we'll handle Nathan will handle the...
Arrangements.
Arrangements, and then we'll go see the prince, I suppose. Get permission to feed, yada yada.
Okay. Alright, let's see here. Just give me a second. I was weapon on. Alright.
Actually, here I can probably just get a condo with several rooms.
Okay.
That'd be even better.
So, yeah, Chicago is a city that basically is definitely one of a lot of vampire history.
It's not Sabat, is it?
Oh, there's Sabat here.
Oh, boy.
There's a good thing about being in this town, though. this town has actually seen vampires and werewolves work together.
Oh, heck.
When a bunch of Sabbat and Black Spiral dancers decided to join together into also into their own force, basically.
That's less good.
To take over parts of the city. So they kind of turned on each other. There's been a lot of killing and deaths around here.
Excellent. That'll be lovely.
Yes.
Indeed. I'd very much prefer to avoid using my powers while we were here.
People might see it the wrong way.
Indeed. The Sabbats don't exactly see eye to eye with me and mine.
Yeah, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They want to kill you. Anyway,
Very much so.
So you're just kind of contacting. How are you trying to figure out the contacts in the local city? I guess none of you really know a lot about the locals.
We're gonna have to phone Charles.
Hold on. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ventru have something of a, stately bearing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, what are your disciplines, your clan disciplines?
Dominate, fortitude, and presence.
Ah. Well, for the duration of our stay here, perhaps I am Ventru.
Makes sense.
Good decision, yeah.
Okay. You'll be able to contact. It's not Charles that answers. It's one of the other. It's the other receptionist that you actually managed to get for once. It's for once you don't get.
God.
You'll be informed that the prince is a Ventru by the name of Horatio Ballard.
Oh,
He's been in charge since 1993. So he's been in charge basically since the last war in Chicago.
Perhaps I am not a Ventru then.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn, what are your clan disciplines?
no.
Frank.
Yeah.
Perhaps I will stay in the hotel room.
Horatio, no, you have to present yourself.
No.
I have some good news. I should be able to smooth things for you, regardless of your blood.
I mean, your kind and mine don't generally get along well either.
Yes, but you and I get along famously.
For now.
Indeed.
Well, yes, for now, until you do something to cause me significant discomfort. What was the prince's name?
Dream of it.
Horatio Ballard.
Taking notes.
Okay.
All right.
You'll find some information and you'll arrange to meet with Horatio. Now, you'll meet with Horatio at a estate, kind of on the outskirts of Chicago, in one of these suburb areas. Someplace that's large, old money, but not so much that's probably noticeable. So it's not like it would be considered small mansion kind of thing. Nothing.
So Oakbrook or Hobson or Naperville.
You know more than me, so I'm going to go along with that.
I'm from
yes.
the west suburbs of Chicago, where there are small mansions and old money.
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't have any, but
yes. Kind of like you'll see some people that are you'll see armed guards around, and kind of as you approach the door, they'll swing open, and a man dressed in a business suit. He's kind of an older man, probably would look like he was apparently in his 50s, overweight, kind of got a very thick, neck kind of person. He's gonna be like, Nathan, my boy, I've heard so much about you from Helena. Come. He just kind of mentions you forward. he does a kind of very a very much like Italian kind of thing of like, you know, like the kiss on each cheek. You know, he's like, so please welcome to my city. I heard you were here unexpected. Your little friends can join us.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
I hear you're something of a businessman. Helena has told me that she's pleased with what you're doing so far. She wouldn't say it herself. But, yes. I see this as an opportunity for both of us now that you're in my city.
Ah.
Well, you are known for what? Gyms in New York?
Oh, of course.
There's always a need
My
for...
exercise clinics are among the best in the city.
There's always a need for expansion out that way. And of course, well, there could be some expansion coming Helena's way. You see, one of the local branches of the bank would like to expand into the Northeast. And of course, New York would be great. It's been very Midwest-driven up until now. And perhaps some investments with a local company could help out.
Indeed. That does sound wonderful. I will gladly take that to Helena.
But we'll have to talk more.
Of course.
Anyway, so, what brings you to my city?
Well, a plane, first of all.
He'll kind of like chuckle to himself.
It was an unexpected trip from across the pond, and Chicago was the most convenient of international airports to arrive in.
Thing is, I know which plane you came in on, and I don't know how you got on the good side of those dogs. But we've been at peace with them for a while, and I'm hoping that your presence wasn't aggravating to them.
I very much hope the same thing. A young canine, I'm not sure about young. A canine accompanied us on the journey, and we had an illuminating discussion on the trip.
They are quite interesting, those things. If it wasn't for the fact that they're very useful in helping us keep the Sabbat in check around here, I wouldn't tolerate them at all.
Makes sense.
Well. So, keep your chin up, nose clean, all that stuff, and you're free to kind of hang around my city, but make sure you stop back before you leave.
Of course. I will also contact some of my people to start working out arrangements for potential future investments and expansion.
Excellent. I knew the minute I heard you were showing up that this would be an excellent business opportunity for all of us.
I very much hope so.
Kind of flash a fanged smile and be like, well then, enjoy the city of Chicago. The Windy City has many things to offer.
Excellent. I have a couple of questions that perhaps a servant might be more apt to answer, but one of my companions is a Bruja and is not as inconspicuous at meal times. Do you have any suggestions for us?
Plenty of places around the city that you can find something, as long as you don't make a mess of things. You'll be all right.
Excellent.
I'm assuming that they don't have the same refined tastes that either one of us would have. I understand. That happens.
Indeed. Thank you for your gracious hospitality, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Oh, yes. business will be good.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Oh no. You may go.
Excellent. I'll bow and head out.
Yep. He did not
Okay, I'm gonna
acknowledge
follow.
your friends whatsoever.
Yep.
Was quite happy about that.
I was until he started being racist.
Yeah, I was. Leslie's just kind of like, so paying hookers for blood is fine now, is it? Of course, not saying any of this.
Put gossip behind him.
I don't know what his thing is.
I wonder what his thing is. Oh, now I want to know.
His thing is very interesting, but also a little creepy.
You know what?
Imagine.
Let's see.
You guys wouldn't know, but I could tell you, because you wouldn't know. Your characters wouldn't know.
Ah.
He could only feed on people from his own family.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
incesty,
creepy.
huh?
That's creepy.
So,
Oh,
everyone that's descended from him.
Taste.
Oh, he's got quite a large
Well-
herd, which I'm assuming means he has a large extended family that descended from him before he changed. And he feeds on a bunch of them.
That's creepy.
Oh, that creepy.
Keep in mind, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that he does the same things I do with them. He
Yeah.
just eats them.
No, but it's
It's
a
still
little-
like
you know.
just drinking the blood of my great granddaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't seem to have that much of a problem with me drinking from candy.
There's no blood
Are you
relation between you and
related to
Candy.
No,
Exactly. Nothing wrong.
but I'm not killing her. I'm not really causing a whole lot of damage to her. And he's presumably, I mean, he might not do the same thing, or he might do the same thing by not hurting his family either.
Yeah.
Still calling that classy.
It's a little odd.
Classy to him. Also, he is an awful monster, so...
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sort of got that impression.
Yeah.
I figured he was friends with
Business
Nathan,
will be
like-
good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leslie is more and more beginning to understand his sire's seclusionary.
Look, your sire was kind of a monster too, just in a different way.
Yeah, but he kept to himself now. Hold up here.
Well, I mean,
He was
probably
a
not
Messiah,
entirely,
isn't
or
he?
else he would have gone into torpor and died.
He mostly keeps to himself.
Mhm.
And he didn't kill me,
Mhm.
even if he did make my life hell for a short while.
Yeah, well, mine still sometimes send me Christmas presents, so I would...
My daddy's better than your daddy.
Yeah.
My mommy's still employing us.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
Anyway,
Oh my
So-
god! I just learned something really weird. That just looking at stuff on Ballard there. That explains a lot. Okay.
Enlighten us.
Please, you might know it as a character. Please roll me like, oh god, what did we say for like vampire knowledge, like locals? I do not remember for the life of me.
Intelligence.
politics?
Sure, intelligence politics. We'll just use politics. We can say it's vampire politics, but it was politics.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Because this is... Okay. Alright, Leslie got one. Let's see. Nathan, why don't you roll there?
Do I get any bonuses from my prestigious sire?
Ooh. Sure, you might have heard things. You can just get, we'll just lower the difficult. We'll just say, like, it's, one less difficulty. Difficult 5. There you go.
Ooh.
We'll just do it that way.
Oh boy.
Alright. Oh, yeah. Horatio's contemporary and person that's still competing with him to become prince, to replace him, is Capone.
Wait, really?
Yep. It would make sense that I would know that.
Al
Yeah.
Capone is a vampire.
Oh, Capone is a vampire.
I'm sorry, what?
They both had the same sire.
Oh my god.
I
They're
want to see them
brothers.
fight.
I kind of want to play in Chicago politics now.
Chicago is crazy, apparently. Like, there's a lot of... I knew there was a lot of stuff on Chicago, but it's like, wow. Chicago's crazier than I thought. Yep. Chicago vampires are crazy.
That explains why I want to be here.
And why I do not.
Oh my god! I'm not looking at Capone. Just to be off track here for a second. Capone has become very fond of his Hollywood portrayals, having watched every film account of it, has begun to speak with a Hollywood Italian accent.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
Let's go meet Al Capone. Let's go do it.
Let's not. No.
Let's do it.
Mm-mm.
I'm so happy I found out about this.
I'd rather not piss off the prince.
Oh god.
I would also rather not piss off the prince.
I saw the word Capone on his sheet. I kept passing it off until I'm like, wait a second. Is that what I think it is then?
That's wonderful.
Oh god. Anyway, all right.
Okay.
So I guess you're doing some feeding around town. I'm just gonna say you'll manage with some help from each other or something. You know, like Dawn and Leslie can double team and not get Ryan involved because he would ruin everything.
No, Ryan is still back in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leslie will help Dawn out. Does Leslie feed enough to heal both levels of aggravated, or?
I'd say you could probably get enough for one.
All right.
I would have gone at least one blood point, I feel like, from Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
I can get all 5 back, right?
You could probably arrange for it. It'll probably take you the rest of the evening, I'm going to say. Nathan will take longer as he's got to, like, you know, arrange for a lot of things.
He's got to do a whole thing, like...
Yeah.
I mean, even if he does it all at once...
There was a lot of
it's gonna
noises
take a
going
while.
on.
He
in
has
room,
to
to say the
spend
least.
blood to earn blood, though, so...
Yeah.
He's got...
Side note, I do need to fill up, 1, 2, 3, 4... I need to fill up 11 blood points. Am I still...
Wow.
I use a lot of blood. I am very blood
Yeah.
intensive.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm sure between the amount I need to feed, Dawn can...
I'll get, like, one. I can deal with one.
Yeah.
Oh, do you only need one?
What, it would only cost me 2 to fill up my entire blood pool, yeah.
So, and it probably took you guys 1 to wake up, so it's like, you know, like, just one person she can probably feed from. The person will be, like, a little weaker and not feel good for, like, a week, but whatever.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
feeding from several, so she can easily fill
I'm getting
full.
scraps.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And turning them into scraps.
Exactly.
Yeah, you basically maybe find, like, a bunch of, like, drunk college girls or something, and you all, like, hang out, the two of you hang out with them, and, you know... Push comes to shove, eventually, like, lead them one at a time to a back room, and they come back not in the feelings that they thought they would be feeling, but whatever.
And then
But
I
enjoyed
leave
it
with
all
their
the-
Totally
pizza.
good for them.
I leave with the pizza they bought with them, you know.
Yeah.
Just carry it out with me and I'm eating it.
God, I miss pizza.
I don't.
It's- Really?
Nope.
Wow.
I-
You guys
Leslie's
missed
just-
out.
Leslie's just enviously staring at Dawn eating this pizza.
I mean,
I'm-
like, I could mix some with some blood. She still might not like it.
They-
Like
I
she
don't.
used to.
They don't say it, but I'm 95% sure that Horatio would probably also be able to eat food, because apparently one of his things was his appetite for huge quantities of gourmet food. I'm looking at him more. So you two could hang out.
Yeah, we can go eat food together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in between lie downs, I'm going to arrange a trip back to New York.
Okay. All right. So there could be a jet, private jet that you're connected with will come in tomorrow evening and should be able to take you out right away then.
Okay. I will also pass along the offer to Helena
Mm-hmm.
and ask what she wants me to do about it.
You'll be able to contact her through Charles.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
Okay. Yeah, that figures.
But when you do contact Helena, she will actually give a laugh, which you rarely hear from her, ever, and say, if you want to get in bed with Horatio, it is your own to dig into. But whether that hole that you're digging is your grave, or just merely a place that you can hide your extra loot, well, that is for something for you to determine.
Fair enough.
Over the course of our, we have to stay for an entire day, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, Leslie once he's done feeding, he's just gonna stay in his room and be very inconspicuous.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna contact his own prince.
Okay.
Because my prince is also anti-tribute. Yes.
You have connection to two princes.
Prince of London.
The Prince of London was your prince for a long period of time, but you had been in New York when Helena basically was contacting you. You had been in there for like a couple of years at that point in time.
Okay.
As you were asked to head to New York to help out with some things.
To help them out, yeah.
Yes. So it's up to you if you want to contact the Prince of London or Helena on your own. Helena is the one that asked you to help out and said that your prince would want to see the prince you had in London would want to see you, effectively. So
wait, sorry, would want to see me?
You were helping out the group through Helena.
Yes.
But basically because Helena is on good terms with the Prince of London, she basically pushed you to see if there was anything you could do to help out with him. Which you kind of did. I think you did back in London. You helped out with helping them with helping him, kind of thing.
Yes.
I
feel like he might be more able to help with my goals at the moment than Helena might.
That's fine. You've known him probably at least a decade in comparison to like a couple of years of Helena, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You probably were more in contact with him anyway than with Helena because, you know.
I did spend far longer in.
Mm-hmm. And he was a fellow La Sombra.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna get in touch with him and mostly inquire if he knows anything about the abilities I was made aware of in the dream vision.
Alright, let me roll something here.
If he has any hints of where I may find somebody. Also, not mentioning the whole La Sombra is in my arm thing.
That's
like that might be bad.
Probably a good idea to avoid.
Yeah. And in fact, going forward, I am keeping that arm covered at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know what
let me see what he would know. That's a good question. Because
now that you know who it is.
Yeah. Now that I know there is a person in my arm.
Indirect person,
Indirect person in my arm. Doesn't make it better.
He may just be reaching in through the, the veil of the abyss in order to contact
my
you.
antediluvian is in my arm.
I know what you're talking about. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. That laugh doesn't give me confidence.
You mean like the one from Horatio?
Exactly. Yes. Business will be good.
Horatio's a nice man.
No,
He'll
is not.
probably not get you all murdered. Probably not.
Yeah.
There we
I
go.
mean,
did
we're,
not.
we're doing a pretty good job of that ourselves.
I'm just praying that he, paid all attention to Nathan, did not take any notice that Nathan did not mention my clan, and
Let's see.
did not notice me in the slightest.
Okay. It's Stefan Lenore is the current prince who took after the last one was killed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which was quite recently, actually. Quite recently being like 5 years ago, but still. Let's see here. He has...
Mostly, I've been made aware of this. Is this something you think is safe? Do you know somebody Since I can't contact my own sire about this.
All right. I've heard some stories about deeper abilities when messing with when dealing with the shadows, but I myself have not dove into them. It's something of a danger, so it's something of an art too that's lost to many of us. As far as I know, only a few of our group, as a few of us true Lasombra left master it, and some of the usurpers do too.
It's concerning to hear.
Well, if you're looking to delve into it, if you've seen signs of it, it is definitely a art that is mostly lost, not impossible to learn. There's a few that a few more of our clan that have come back to the sides of reason. Perhaps some of them have heard of it. If you're looking for the rituals of this, studying under a master would be the easiest, but as a Tremere friend of mine said once, a book that is well enough written is also well enough to learn something from.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I can't guarantee I'll find anything.
I appreciate any efforts. All right.
All right. Why don't we take our first break here, and then we will come back and we'll kind of take you guys in through New York and moving forward in time for a little while before continuing what the next leg of your journey is. So if anybody out there needs to grab a drink, some snack, or just quickly use the restroom, go ahead and do that. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. So see you in a second, folks.